Welcome to the THRIVERY Podcast, the show that explores elevated living. I'm your host, Jacy Ángelle Smith, and in this community, we engage in conversations to inspire you to flourish in all aspects of your life, because you weren't created to merely survive. You were designed to thrive. Welcome to the THRIVERY Podcast. This is episode 12, and I am really excited about our conversation today. And before we jump in, I want to introduce you to our guest so that you can become acquainted with him. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce Christopher Smith, who actually holds the distinct position of being our first male guest. So let's give him a warm welcome for breaking new ground. He's actually a survivor whose life is a powerful testament to faith, determination, and advocacy. In 2021, he was shot in the head and left for dead on a first date that actually turned fatal when his date, Leslie Reeves, was murdered by her ex-boyfriend, Robert Tarr. It's a harrowing story featured on CBS's 48 Hours, an episode called Fatal First Date. He's been on Fox and Friends with Dr. Mark Siegel and various local news outlets. He also served as the keynote speaker at the Brain Injury Association of Missouri's 21st annual statewide conference in October 2025. After waking from a coma and defying odds, Chris has become a leading voice for mesenchymal stem cell therapy, helping patients with stroke, MS, and brain injuries. He shared his journey on TV and radio, authored the book My Fatal First Date, a true life survival story of tragedy, inspiration, triumph, and faith, and is featured in an upcoming documentary. As the lead singer of his band, Chris is back on the stage, and he's set to testify before Congress this year in March on stem cell advancements. When I learned of Chris's story, I was shocked by how similar it was to my friend Ashley Van Hamert. You might remember her from episode 11. I couldn't believe the similarities, and so I had to connect them so that they could share resources and support. We're really excited about this conversation, so join us now as we get into it. And Chris opens up with us about his story, his miraculous journey of recovery, and how he's turned this tragedy into triumph. So welcome, everyone, Christopher Smith, to the show. So, Christopher, may I call you Chris?
Well, yes, you can, but Christopher only if I'm in trouble.
Okay, you're not in trouble, so we'll stick with Chris. You're not.
Appreciate it. All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Well, let's get into your story. I am so intrigued by your journey, and not just what happened, but what you're doing now with your life. It's remarkable and really inspiring. So, let's start with your life before this tragic event that happened in 2021. Talk to me about, you were living in Missouri, I believe, at the time, working as a project manager, enjoying life as a musician, and I would say an adventurer. But explain to the audience, what was your life like? What was a day in your life like back in the day before this all happened?
Well, back in the day before this happened, Chris Smith, Christopher, if I'm in trouble. I played high school football, college ball, had a full ride to Lindenwood University here in St. Louis. Partied my way out of school, go figure. So after I partied my way out of school, my mom's like, all right, well, you can either move back in and get your butt working full time or just go in the Navy like Grandpa did. And the other grandpa, I'm like, yeah, screw it. So I went in the Navy.
Okay.
Signed up for a 2-year enlistment, which I did my 2 years, got out. Thank God at the time it was 2, 4, or 8 years you could enlisted. So being 18 years old, that's what I did. Got out. Then a good friend of mine owned a mechanical contracting company. Went to work for him and started playing music full time too. And played music all the way full time. Had a little short stint with Capitol Records in 2003. Played Arrowhead Stadium in 2006. Then I met my ex-wife in 2011, and we had our daughter in 2012. Got married, and then we moved to Farmersville, Illinois. In 2018, we got separated, and we split custody of my daughter 50-50. My ex got a house up the street in Farmersville on the square, and I lived outside the outskirts of town, 2 acres. So I got the house and the dog. She got the truck and the horse, and we split my daughter 50% of the time. It's a good country song.
It sounds like a country song.
But yeah, so I had a general contracting company that had just started up in May of 21.
Okay.
And living the bachelor life, high in the hog, had land. I farmed banana trees. Yes, you can grow bananas in the Midwest and Illinois. It's a pain in the butt. You've got to dig them up every fall, replant them every spring, and just rinse and repeat over and over. But I have a green thumb thanks to both my grandpas. My grandpa Spit was a real farmer down from Lebanon, Missouri, and then my grandpa Salamoni, my mom's dad, Sicilian. They both got me into planting and gardening when I was a kid, and it's something I'm good at. I can grow anything. I do research a lot, so I researched how to grow giant pumpkins. The biggest one I grew was about 250, 300 pounds.
Oh my goodness!
And yeah,
Wow.
that was quite a scene.
Yeah,
But if you play music, so I had an outbuilding, which was my garage, but I put outdoor speakers on it. If you play music for plants, they grow
I've heard this.
quite big.
So it's
Well, I
true.
proved it. My banana tree is about 15 feet tall. I actually grew bananas. I have pictures I can share with you too, but I mean,
Oh my
they're on
goodness!
my Facebook page. I'm sure you can just go back and look.
Yeah,
So
that's incredible. Yeah, I knew that you were still doing this. You have a green thumb. You're still doing
yeah,
this, but the
and I'm
music.
still doing it in my scooter since I'm unable to stand up and do the shovel myself yet.
Yes,
Yet is the key
that's
word.
key.
Yeah.
It's key. Yep.
Anyways, I had a great life. What happened to me is tragic. Him killing his ex-girlfriend Leslie is even more horrible as her kids lost a mom.
Yeah.
But my daughter lost her father for 4 years, and that's what hurts most. I lost 4 years raising my little girl.
Yeah.
4 formidable years. She was 9 when I was shot. She's going to be 14 next week.
Wow. That is a whole different perspective to really consider.
Yeah, I mean, what I've went through has been absolute hell. You know, I'm still not able to run. I'm still not able to play guitar yet. I mean, I've got a lot of recovery left to do, a lot of more work left to do. But losing time with her and the trauma that she's been through, and my family and my friends.
Right. How is she doing now?
She's doing good. She's following in Daddy's footsteps as far as being a musician. So
Wow.
for her 14th birthday, Daddy's got her a Les Paul knockoff pink sparkle guitar.
Oh my goodness.
So she wants to play music.
That's so great.
She's a great artist. She definitely got that. I used to be a great artist when I was younger too, and I got older in high school. Like, yeah, you can't make any money being an artist. So I just dropped the pencils or whatever. But she can draw and paint exceptionally well.
That's
And
amazing.
she's a great little singer too, and she just wants to play guitar. So
Well, I'll make sure not to release this podcast until after her birthday. So the cat's not out of the bag, but
yeah,
she'll love
I won't let her know.
Yeah. That's an amazing gift. She'll love it.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's actually start and just jump into what happened leading up to this fateful night in November
okay.
2021.
I'll tell you what I remember and what I've been told.
Okay.
And I'll preface it like that since I don't remember that night.
Okay. So you were on a first date. So tell me how this first date came to be with Leslie, what you remember, if anything. It sounds like you don't even remember connecting with her.
I don't. From what I was told, 2 weeks prior to our date that night, we had connected on Facebook dating, which is it's like part of Facebook. You can go on or whatever. So I was told that after the fact. I remember nothing of her, unfortunately, because I mean, I feel horrible about it, but I just don't. Apparently her brains have some defense mechanism. And I did take a 9mm helipoint to my brain, hit 3 lobes, and it remains my frontal lobe behind my right eye.
It's understandable.
So, but the last thing I remember is driving home from work that afternoon. I vaguely remember that day at work, what I was doing at work, but the ride home is what I really remember.
Okay.
Creature of habit, driving down the outer road of Interstate 55 towards Farmersville, pulling into town. I always took the old same way all the time. And passing my neighbor Denny and Lisa's house on the way home, and just looking down the street, elevator street to my right, and like that voice, that gut feeling we all have. My pastor now says it's the Holy Spirit talking to you. I'm not trying to shove religion down everybody's throat, but I will tell you there's God, there's a heaven, and I have proof of that. But so I remember voice in my head saying, stay home, don't go out, stay home, don't go out, stay home, don't go out. And I looked down the street towards the Uptown Saloon, where it's at, the direction. And looking at my dashboard, my F-150, it's 4:45 p.m. And that's it.
That's the last thing you remember.
Last thing I remember.
Wow. That's incredible. So the Holy Spirit's voice inside you telling you not to go out.
That's what
is
Pastor
the last thing that you remember.
The last thing I remember. Well,
Incredible.
that was the second thing I remember when I woke up from a coma. But yes, that's the last thing I remember of that day.
Okay. So I know that you don't recall the events, but you were told what happened.
Yes.
So the
Yeah.
night of the tragedy, when Leslie's ex-boyfriend,
Yeah.
Robert Tarr,
Yeah. X B,
ambushed.
a big E X X.
Yes.
You
We
know,
want to emphasize that. Yes.
geez. I mean, yeah.
Absolutely. And I think he was tracking her. Was he
Yeah.
tracking her
And
vehicle
so
to find
funny. Yeah. So come to find out, so during the pre-trial hearings, a lot of people show up for him. Well, his ex-girlfriend, before Leslie showed up, she had filed 2 stalking complaints against him 2 weeks before he shot us. He was already on parole for grand larceny. The guy was a real wonder. Now, I know myself. If Leslie ever would have told me, I mean, since I don't remember, but if a woman would ever tell me I
Yeah.
have a crazy psychotic ex, I'd be like, see ya, bye, good luck with that. I've got too much to lose. There's
Yeah.
other fishing to see. I
Right.
would have walked, never would have went out there. I should have listened to that voice in my head.
Well,
And the first time I never did. But yeah, I was told everything that happened that night. Video footage shows her and I at the bar playing that night. My buddy's band was playing that night.
okay.
Yeah, but no, I don't believe I sang that night.
Yeah.
Could have, but
Maybe
I
you
don't know.
did. Maybe you did. But it wasn't your band playing.
No, no,
Okay.
no, no, no,
Okay. And
no.
so you were told then at some point you both went back to your house.
Yeah, well, they said we left. I think the video footage shows us leaving the bar at about 11:30, I believe.
Mm,
And we went back to the house to make a pizza. That's not code word, really, to make a pizza.
right.
Because when they discovered us at 11 a.m. the next morning, the burnt pizza was still in the oven. And apparently he shot the oven.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So he ambushed both of you and
From what they're telling me, he came through the back door. And so apparently I was wedged up against, I was like this against the back door with my, I don't like this. And then, so Leslie, fridge, me, door, gun.
oh,
And then after he shot me, he made his way in. Thank God he didn't shoot Tiki, my dog.
I
And
know.
then he murdered her. I guess he chased her into the living room, the great room, and then shot her behind the Christmas tree. And when they found her, she was on her knees in a begging position.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean,
That
they
is
said he shot top of the head down. And I guess in the autopsy, they surmised that it was somewhere between 1 and 1:30 a.m. that when we were shot. And I laid there till 11 a.m. the next morning when I was discovered
that is unbelievable.
with no pulse. And
Unbelievable.
Denny, whose neighbor's house I passed on the way home from after that work that afternoon, he was the ambulance chief of Farmersville, Illinois. So he was the first responder. He was the first one on scene. And he's the one that found me. He saw the broken glass door, saw me land on the floor, full of blood everywhere. Tiki was laying at my side. I was laying inside in my fetal position. And he kind of freaked out, broke protocol, yelled for his partner, Jeremy, to get up there. Then he came in, couldn't find a pulse initially, started to scream my name. And on the third time he screamed my name, I took a big gasp of breath, kind of gazed up and uttered, I'm effing freezing. And then I was out.
Mm,
And he found a pulse. They stabilized me, got me in the stretcher, and he said he flew about 100 some odd miles an hour as fast as that ambulance would go.
my
to
God.
safety.
It's just so tragic. It's heart-wrenching.
People say, "Don't you have PTSD?" I'm like, "No, but I do. I miss everything. I
Mm.
miss. I mean, yeah, I'm getting everything back, but I mean, the hard thing is losing. I mean, yeah, they're all material things, but I lost time with my little girl.
Mm.
I lost my life without staying dead. I say.
Mm.
So I mean, I've just got to put everything into perspective. I mean, you have to. I mean, I have a friend that has stage 4 cancer right now that's fighting for his life.
Mm.
I mean, there's no time for pity parties and no crying in baseball or football unless you win the
You've been through
championship.
a lot. I mean, you really have. And it's a miracle that you're here. And we're going to talk more about that, but it is truly a miracle.
Yes,
And even just thinking about how long you were laying on the floor and that your precious Tiki was with you the
I
whole
know.
time. Do you
She is
know how
not.
someone even knew to find you, to come to your home?
Yes. Okay. So, a family friend, Linda Fernandez, lives up in Springfield. I did a lot of side jobs for her. She became a great friend. She was I worked in another property management company before I started my own company. So she was one of my old tenants, and she loved me like a son. She still does. So They hadn't. So I'm the type of person. I'm always going to call you or text you Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Easter, whatever. And nobody heard from me. And they're like, well, Chris probably decided went on last night.
Because it was right before Thanksgiving,
It was
correct?
Thanksgiving Eve. So yeah, the biggest
Wow.
party day of the year. So,
Wow.
but, so they, nobody could get a hold of me. My mom couldn't get a hold of me. So they sent another woman. So a friend of Linda's daughter, 16, Brijan, down to go see what, go wake Chris up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when she pulled up, she saw the broken glass. And then
Okay.
she freaked out. She looked at the door. So she walked, apparently, I think she walked to the front door, and I had like a big bevel glass door. The house is 100 some odd year old farmhouse. So real nice, wraparound porch, everything. But she peered through the front door and she saw my foot in blood.
Wow.
And then she apparently called them and they said, get in your car, get the hell out of there, whatever.
Yeah.
And Brijan called 911. That's where the 911 called. But
Got it. Oh my goodness.
thank God
I'm
she's doing
so
really good. She
glad.
graduated from the Army and she's doing really good now,
Oh,
too.
good.
So everybody's coming out good about this, you know? I mean, Bobby Tarr's the only loser in this. And this is my best revenge. I mean, I was very angry, you know, at first. And I mean, I still am. There's things I'd like to do, but then to God, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
just got to forgive but you don't have to forget.
Mm.
And like I said, my best revenge is doing what I'm doing now, recovering like a rock star.
Yes, you are. And I can't wait to get into that you are such an advocate, and it's so inspiring to see what you've done since this tragedy, not just for yourself, but as you and I talked about, for others as well. And I can attest to that because my friend Ashley, you've already helped, and we'll get into that as
Yes.
well. But
Yes.
you don't remember this part either, but you were also told that after you were shot, you were rushed to the hospital and you were placed in a coma. What was it like waking up from this coma and learning about what had happened to you in Leslie? Imagine what that was.
Well, I woke up in St. Louis at the Paul Hospital, Rehab Hospital here in St. Louis, Missouri. And to say the least, I woke up and I looked at the wall and they have like the dry erase board with the dates and all that stuff. I'm like, and I'm all these machines up to me, IVs in me, my head was pounding, and I went to go move my left side, and it was like dead. I was paralyzed, and I may have started cussing at the top of my lungs, screaming,
Yeah.
and going, well, yeah. And the nurse came rushing in, and the first one that said something, she's like, "Chris, calm down, calm down. You were shot by Leslie's ex-boyfriend." And I said, "I don't know an F from Leslie."
Whoa.
And that's when the journey began,
Mm.
and that was 1/12 of 22.
That's incredible. I can imagine the emotional impact of this must have been overwhelming for you, just
Yeah,
realizing
I mean, I
you even know a Leslie, right? And just how
no.
did you process through that grief and the shock of those early days?
Well, I remembered one other thing after I remembered passing Denny's house and Lisa's on the way home from work. Let's put it this way. So something worked, and I was like, okay, you got this. And then I thought about, I've, I've torn my ACL playing college ball. I tore my Achilles. I'm like, hey, you can come back from this. You can survive. You can. And the nurses would come in, and my OTs and PTs there, they're like, they couldn't stand me saying it's like a sports injury. I'm like, well, to me, it's like, no, you got a brain injury. I'm like, I had 9 concussions before I was shot in the head. That's probably why my brain handled it so well.
Oh my goodness.
And I mean, it's like, I thought that's how I've attacked this whole thing. It's just like recovering from being hurt on the football field
Yeah.
without I mean, the next day, my first neurosurgeon, Dr. Victor Williams, came in. He's like, ironically, my sister's a neurotelemetry nurse, and he was her boss, and they fought like hell to get me out of Springfield to St. Louis to this really good rehab hospital here, which I never would have thought and knew that DePaul's a great rehab hospital for strokes and TBIs. So Dr. Williams sits me down. He's like, Chris, your sister works for me. I knew she was a neuro nurse, but I had no idea who this guy was. All right.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to BS you. I know your family, but you're never going to walk again.
Wow.
And I started bawling my eyes out. And I said, Victor, you just told the wrong guy he can't do something. Somebody could prove you wrong out of spite. He's like, and you do that and you do me a favor. You write a book and you make doctors like me never give up on patients like you.
You just did that.
Yeah. And when I saw him last time, I walked up, even though with the cane, hobbled up there like an old man, but I did a mic drop, cane drop, and we hugged and
Yeah,
cried. So it was cool.
that's amazing. And you're continuing this. I believe
Yeah.
your journey is just beginning, the healing
Yes,
journey.
exactly.
There's so much more ahead, and we'll be talking about that.
I'm
It's
gonna
just
run. I'm
exciting.
gonna run again.
I believe it. I believe it. That's
I
why
enjoy
this
it.
episode is called Grit Beyond the
Yep.
Bullet,
I
because
mean, God has me on a mission, so
absolutely, absolutely.
playing
I mean,
guitar and
it's,
running again has a lot to do with it.
yeah. I mean, your recovery journey is nothing short of miraculous. I mean, this
Yeah, I
whole
mean, the
story
doctor
is
in
miraculous.
Springfield told my family I hate saying the word vegetable, but I'd be bedridden on a ventilator with severe cognitive decline, impairments, whatever, for the rest of my life. Never walk, talk, eat, swallow, smile. I'd never do anything. Ha!
Look at
I
you now.
like it now,
Look at you now. It's a little bit different than
right?
what they
But
thought.
I'm teaching a lot of doctors now. I mean, I really am.
Mm,
Through my research and through my recovery too, and a lot of it has to do with my high metabolic rate. People with
okay.
very high people with very high metabolic rates have some type of coating on their cells to where they can actually multiply and restore themselves a lot faster too.
Okay. That is so
I don't know.
interesting. That's interesting. Well,
Yeah.
so let's talk about that as we kind of walk through your story. What were the first months? Because I'm sure there were many surgeries and intense
I
rehab.
a lot of crying, a lot of feeling sorry for myself. When I so probably about the first week, that's what I did a lot.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And then my PT, my physical therapist at DePaul, I'll name drop her, Jen Schneider. She's great. And she's the first one that got me walking. It's called a chair walker. So kind of looked like a folding chair,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's kind of a walker. But she actually got me up. I mean, with help, obviously. But I was doing it, and then they hoisted me up this thing. I said it looks like a cherry picker. You put an engine on, but it's like they put like a straps around you. They hoist you up. So basically, like, it's like a big walker for like a baby.
Okay. Yeah.
But so she got me doing that, and then once I realized that I got it in my head, I was like, erase the word "can't" from your vocabulary.
Hmm.
Just say I'm not able to do something, because we can do everything. Can't ain't done shit ever.
Hmm.
But I mean, we can do anything and overcome anything in life. You
So
just got to
true.
put your mind to it and just never give up. You just got to have that mindset.
Mm.
There's so many grains of sand in our hourglasses, and you'll never know when the last one's going to drop.
Mm.
So just savor every one.
That's so
Love
true.
yourself, love your family, love your friends, love your neighbor, no matter how annoying they could be, or whether you disagree with them or not. Like God said in 10 Commandments, the 10 simple rules, the 10 common sense rules for everybody. If the
Mm.
world followed, would be a hell of a lot better place.
Agreed.
Love thy neighbor as you love thyself. That's it. The golden rule.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'll tell. I'm guilty of never, not following that. But I
First.
mean,
Me too.
don't get me started.
No, this is so great. I love your perspective, and I feel like that is such a key part of your recovery and your healing is this
Mhm.
mindset, because I really believe that I talk about mindset a lot. What you're
Yes.
believing may not be the truth, but it is your reality.
Yeah, we can manifest anything we want. They
So
wouldn't be training CIA agents to do that. I went down a lot of rabbit holes to figure out how to heal my brain, but it's so true. I mean, our brains are so powerful,
I agree.
and if we have the comprehension of thinking, we can manifest anything that we want. We can make anything come true we want. You just got to believe it hard enough
Yeah.
and repeat it over and over, visualize it. It's
Yeah.
like this hypnotherapy that I researched and found 2 weeks ago. I
And
was
you
sitting
just
around
told
watching.
me. That's
Yeah, I was
incredible.
rabbit holing on the internet again. I'm like, why the hell can't I be hypnotized?
Hmm.
I mean, if all it is my brain remembering to use my limbs, my arm. I mean, I'm getting some mobility back. I mean, like my arm, I can braid up.
I saw you on Facebook the other day doing golf swings.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's coming back. My OT really worked. My shoulder's really sore today. It's like really tight because she really worked it out yesterday. But I mean, I'm coming back.
Yes, you are.
And it's like, we can do anything. And I visualize myself running all the time,
Hmm.
playing guitar all the time. I mean, I got a new guitar yesterday. And why I thought I could play it already, but I told her, I said, I'm going to bring it to OT with me every day. She's like, that's fine.
I
So
believe it. I believe you will play the guitar. I
I
believe you will
will.
run.
I'm going to. I have to. It's part
This
of my mission.
you've accomplished major things
I know, but to
in
me,
such a short time.
it's not enough.
And I think that that's why we will see you run, and that's why we will see you play guitar and do anything else.
Two of my worst traits before I was shot: stubbornness and impatience.
Well, it looks like it's a
Have
good
now
thing.
become my best
It
attributes.
is. It is. I love it. I love that you can flip that and
You
use it
have to.
for your good. That's incredible.
Like people say, you ain't right in the head. You've never been right in the head, Chris. I'm like, but I'm all right in the body now. But I thought, but I'm getting closer to the middle every day.
It's your perspective.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't want to spend too much time talking about Robert Tarr, but
That's what I honestly, I kind of like tuned out after the crap he was saying. I didn't attend the trial in person.
okay, so I was curious about that. Like, did you follow
No.
the case? Did you know anything
Oh
that
yeah.
was going on? What did you
I
think?
went to the pre-trial hearings.
Okay.
The first time I finally did confront him face to face, he wouldn't look at me. Was at the victim's impact statement at the very at his sentencing. You know, I said, "You're a coward," point blank. And I wanted to say a lot of other things, but I promised the prosecuting attorney I would be a good boy. I wouldn't be a Christopher. So
You were a Chris. You were Chris.
yeah, I was Chris.
I understand. I mean,
But
that had to take great restraint,
yeah,
great courage, and I think a lot of other things to be
I
able
mean,
to
he's a textbook sociopath. Like I said, he was stalking his other exes before Leslie. You know, I mean, there's a lot of layers. People can probably find on the internet or wherever. But I mean, for her to be a concealed carry trainer and teach women self-defense, why she would even be with somebody like that is beyond me. But I know she never told me. But like I said, I don't remember her, but I know myself well enough. If a woman ever told me that she had a psychotic ex, I'd say, sorry, I had my daughter 50% of the time. I just started a new business. I had everything I could ask for. But like we all still do, we can always have everything we want, but we still complain. You know, I still want this, want that. Well, having to learn to tie your shoes with one hand and teeth really makes you very humble and be thankful for everything that we have. I mean, I had it great before I was shot in the head.
Yeah.
And we took everything for granted, like we all do in life.
Yeah, we all do.
That's one thing. Count your blessings, people, and don't take anything for granted. Nothing at all.
Words of
wisdom.
wisdom.
Gone like a blink of eye, just like that.
Yeah. Words of wisdom that we all need to be reminded of. So I appreciate you sharing that. Okay, we're going to move on from that, and we're going to move on to the great things that are happening currently that you've been doing. There's this new chapter in your recovery and your journey of healing. I know that it's filled with ongoing therapies, adjustments, of course, rebuilding, all of the things. And of course, we have to mention you still have a bullet in your head.
9mm hollow point behind my right eye.
Wow. I mean, incredible.
It's nuts.
You can't say it any other way.
I am a miracle.
Yes,
I
you
really
are.
am. I had 4 angels with me, and the 4th one gave me a message to bring back to give proof to the world. I saw heaven. It was beautiful. I didn't want to leave, but it wasn't my time.
I can only imagine. I mean,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I bet it was. Well, I
didn't meet God or Jesus, but I saw heaven.
What's one thing that you remember about that?
I remember my dad died in 1981. He was an over-road truck driver, 23 years old, and he used to take me with him on the short regional runs with him. And he was the urban cowboy on the radio, and I was a little cowboy. So he took me to a lot of places. I got to see a lot of states with him. We were living in St. Louis, and he was going to Keokuk, Iowa, which is about, I think, 3 hours north of St. Louis on Highway 61. And at 4 a.m. on May 1st, that evening, I begged him to let me go with him. He was adamant about it. Chris, you stay home, you stay with Mom. I'll see you again. I love you. I love you so much. I'll see you again. You take care of Mom. I'll see you tomorrow. That's what he told me. But I will see you again. I promise you that. So the morning, May 1st, 7 a.m., there's a knock on the door. I'm getting ready to go to school. And I open it up, and it's Missouri State Trooper. Is your mom here? And he goes, wow. And let that get to me a long time. So anyway, he said your husband been killed in accident. So anyways, come to find out, There's a T intersection. He was coming back out of Keokuk. He had a load of maple syrup, and he drove a tanker trailer. So he was coming straight on, and he had to make a left-hand turn, and the trailer started locking up at 200 yards from the intersection. He tried to go right, I guess, to overcorrect to try it, and he flipped over down a ravine, and top of the cab came down, crushed him, killed him. And
So sorry.
so that was the last time I saw my dad. Up until then, I was shot. He was the fourth angel.
Wow.
So I told you I remember two things when I woke up from a coma. And that was passing Danny Lee's house on the way home from work. And then being in a dark room, long wooden table. And so you're at the table right there. So I'm sitting like at the end of the table, and then here's John and another angel, Dave and Roy. Random names, but they all had, I mean, I couldn't see wings, but you could tell they were all wearing like, I don't know if it was like black jackets or like a black cloak, capes, I don't know, whatever it was. But you could see the shoulders were bigger. And his had angelic looks to, I don't know how to explain it. And then I remember Angel John saying, dude, you were shot in the head. That's how he talked. He talked to me just like we were talking to each other. Because I mean, I was like, I'm starving. I need some food or something. I was very obstinate. I was being a pain in the butt too. He's like, dude, you were shot in the head. And I remember sticking my finger in the hole. I remember feeling like Jello. Like even like kids like Halloween party, like feeling like your hands of Jello, feel like brains or whatever. But I remember sticking my finger in the hole. Maybe that's why I got infected. I don't know. But I remember that. Then I remember looking down and coming from the end of the table out of the shadows, getting closer, another figure coming. And closer it got. It was my dad.
Wow.
And he grabbed me by the arm. He's like, Chris, we got to get you out of here. We got to get you to the hospital. And the next thing I know, we're outside. I don't know, in my truck or I don't know what we're in, but we're floating down the road. He's sitting there talking to me. He said, I want to give you a message to give to your mom. And Tiki's on my lap too. I mean, this is so bizarre. I mean, if somebody told me this, I told him BS. But this is what makes it validated. He said, you tell your mom to give this mom your message so you have proof when you go back. Tell her to thank Brad Ward for putting the 2 joints in my top coat pocket when I was in the casket. I'm sorry I had to leave you back in 81, but I had to leave you. He said, son, you're going to go on to do great things. I love you and I will see you again, but not too soon. I love you and I'll always be with you. And then I woke up.
Wow. That is so beautiful.
And so when I didn't tell anybody about that up until 2 years ago when we were doing the 48 hours filming. I was Aaron Murray. We all sitting at my mom's kitchen table, and we weren't filming that. And she's like, "Did you see anything?" And I started tearing up. So I cut to the side, and I said, "Mom, Daddy told you to thank Brad Wood," and she started bawling. She's like, "How did?" I was 8 when he died. I would have had no knowledge that his best friend put 2 joints in.
Right.
It's validated.
Absolutely. I'm sure as I consider what you've just shared. By the way, thank you for sharing. What a special, beautiful moment. I can imagine that had to bring some healing and comfort as well.
Yeah. I mean, my guardian angel. He has been.
Incredible. What a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing that. I know that is very personal. Thank you for allowing us to see that.
If somebody would have told me all this 5 years ago, I would have told them they're full of shit.
When it happens to you, though, there's no denying it.
No. I mean,
it's real.
It's crazy. I mean, it's like a movie. I mean, this whole thing is like a movie script. It's just insane. I mean, it's like something on TV.
What a beautiful story. Wow. I can't imagine that, but that is a beautiful story. I am grateful that you had that. I'm grateful that you had that memory of that, you know?
I mean, it's great. And like I said, it was beautiful. And I didn't want to leave. It's like, it's not your time. We got to get
yours. It's all yours. You get to keep that. It's yours.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, as I'm thinking about that story and then just moving through your journey, I know that this is what's so exciting for me to when I hear about all of the things that you're doing, the advocacy that you're doing not only for yourself, but as I mentioned, for other people.
Yeah.
You found this outside of the hypnotherapy that you were talking
Hmm.
about. Something that I don't know, you'll have to tell me how you come across this, but you came across this
All right.
therapy, and I'm gonna pronounce it. I'm gonna do the best that I can, and you can tell me, or you can just laugh at me if I mess it up. But it is called mesenchymal stem cell therapy. Did I get that right? Am I close?
You said it just like Dr. Siegel.
Okay.
It's mesenchymal.
Mesenchymal.
Yeah.
Mesenchymal
Mesenchymal.
stem
Yes.
cell
Mesenchymal stem
therapy.
cell transplant.
Tell me about this. How did you find out about this? Tell the listeners what it
Well,
is for people that don't even know what it is.
well, since I'm a big pain in the butt, my doctors gave me this website to go to. Because I'm like, it's 2025. Don't you guys understand? I mean, why can't you fix me? Come on, you guys should know. So I email my doctors constantly. Oh my gosh. So one day, my neurologist, Dr. Carr, he's like, fine, dude. Go to pubmed.com. It's the National Institute of Health website, and they have all the completed studies. Just knock yourself out. I don't have time to do it, Chris. I have hundreds of patients, yada, yada. And that's the sad thing about it. Doctors don't have time. It's not that they don't want to help, it's they don't have time. But we're going to get into this too.
Yep.
But so yeah, mesenchymal stem cells have been shown to restore limb function and cognition in stroke and TBI patients. And they also help with Parkinson's, ALS, and multiple sclerosis too.
Incredible.
And I'm going to give them the same shameless plug, but they helped me. So I went to
Please do.
TRUSTEM at TRUSTEM, which is a only neurological stem cell clinic in the U.S. But they harvest them from your pelvis bone, then they process them, and then I said, yeah, you guys just changed the oil. So they take your stem cells from your bone marrow, and they put them back. They shoot them up your nose. It's called intranasal to the blood vessels carrying blood to your brain. And after they give you a mannitol drip, which is a liquid that dries the dirt out. So we have our brain, a thin layered membrane, which holds our cerebral spinal fluid and CSF. So basically it's like a cushion between our brain and our skull.
Right.
And the mannitol dries it out. So those stem cells can jump the blood-brain barrier. So basically it hops right up to the brain, and they go to the damaged part of your brain and start repairing it. At least mine did within 4 hours. So before this happened, my right leg was completely paralyzed. All right.
Okay.
I couldn't even limp around with a cane. I mean, I kind of could. I looked like I had a stick in my butt, like a wooden peg leg is what I would equate it to. I had no movement at all. I could swing my leg around, but my knee all the way down on my toes woke up within 4 hours. They've never seen anybody heal that fast, and they call me freaking nature too. I said, why does everybody keep telling me that? But I said, I guess it's my genes, but I don't know. But yeah, it really does help. I'm not the only one. There's hundreds and hundreds of success stories, and they actually gave me some numbers to get to a couple of a congresswoman and a congressman and things like that. Because I want to get them FDA approved. I need to get on Bobby Kennedy's radar.
Okay.
There's so much right now that's total BS with the FDA. As far as like DMEs, which stands for durable medical equipment, there's a lot of new AT technology DMEs, which is assisted technology, which means they can have artificial intelligence to help you move for your leg, your arm, whatnot. But here's a joke. So to have your product FDA approved, you have to pay them $4,000 to even come to your facility to check you out to see if they don't really care about your included studies on your devices. And you pay them every 12 months to keep your FDA approval sticker. It's like having a AAA BB rating in the business stores. And then once you do get the FDA stamp of approval, like your Better Business Bureau AAA rating, you have to pay them, every couple of years to keep that FDA approval stamp, and does not guarantee you that Medicaid and Medicare will put your DME equipment on providers list, which that means like all doctors through insurance companies are supposed to have like a list of equipment each provider gets, which is not true because they have to pay Medicare and Medicaid a certain amount of money to even get on a provider's list. So I have contacted a few politicians on the Fed level and the local levels here. Worst things they could have done is give me their chief of staff cell phone numbers.
can imagine.
But my state reps are great because I actually met my one state rep here, Congressman Mike Coslow. Met him a couple years ago when I first got on the coma at Walmart near my mom's house. I don't know how we started talking, but anyways, imagine that. I talk a lot. And so I weasel my way into politics in a backdoor way, I guess, but I'm trying to just help other people out here. I mean, government bitches about, we spent too much money on Medicaid, Medicare, and, government cheese, food stamps, yada. Well, here, give us the tools to heal ourselves. I mean, I've written out a foolproof way to actually pick all these DMEs and actually restore function to your arms, to your legs, and give people their life, get their mobility back, to get them off government-assisted SSI, SSDI. The equipment's out there, the technology's out there to do it. So allow people to do it.
Yeah.
And quit complaining otherwise if you don't want to.
And you had this done
and
one
also,
time?
I'm going to get the ADA, the American Disabilities Act, revised as far as measurements for doorways, door shocks. I've been knocked on my butt a couple times. Thank God I got right back up. I got stuck in a Walmart bathroom in a scooter. Just like on residential houses, there's only one railing going down the stairwell. There needs to be two on each side because I mean it's really hard. Like
think about, this is
it's really hard pulling yourself up the stairwell on what they want.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that need to change, and I'm trying to make America healthy again and accessible again. And
you're going to Congress to do that in March.
Yeah, March for Brain Injury Awareness Month. Yep, with the BIA, Brain Injury Association of America. Yeah, but I'm either taking a plane or not. I said I'm taking a train or a car because I'm going on a plane.
You're not doing it?
No, I'm scared.
Okay.
I've used my 9 lives up.
Trains work?
Yeah, trains are good.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hear what happens there because I know that you are really excited about this. Obviously, you've seen success for yourself because did you have one treatment, two? How many treatments?
Well, I had to have two. The first one was doing very well, and so I can have seizures, and Dr. Smith, who I call myself now.
Yes.
I call myself Dr. Richard Head Smith. That was a Halloween thing. I'm sure you can guess what Richard Head means.
Yeah.
But that was my neurology. That's what I dressed up for Halloween. So anyways, too much blue light. That's why I wear yellow tinted glasses. Will give them to me.
Yeah.
And I developed a secondary endocrine issue, which means my body does not produce cortisol. Oh, no. And I had no seizure issues until I tried to do hyperbaric therapy. So I was like, oh, I saw that. It's like, oh, let's go try that. That did some hypoxia. I have a real Dr. Smith in my family, my cousin. He said being in the hyperbaric chamber with the high oxygen content and the pressure made something pop, maybe. But it wasn't a good thing. So ever since I did hyperbaric therapy, I have been susceptible to having seizures. So this one doctor had me on Dilatin, and he wasn't checking my levels, and it ended up giving me Dilatin toxicity, and it killed all the baby new neural cells that stem cells I created. Wow. So I had to go back one more round.
My goodness.
Which, thank God, Illinois Victims Crime Fund took up the tab for that one.
And they're not cheap.
No, $12,000 a pop.
Whoa.
But I paid for the first was worth every penny.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't put a price on the WIM fund.
No. And that's why you want to go, I'm sure, to Congress to be able to talk to them. What do you hope that you walk away with? What do you want them to know most, or what do you want to have with your? I
want mesenchymal stem cell transplants approved for everybody. They try to push so much medication on you for stroke and rehab and neural recovery. The medicine doesn't work. It makes you sick and it's worse for you. I mean, but anybody with blueberries and raw cacao, 4 tablespoons of raw cacao a day, concluded studies Cal Davis 2024 increase your body's natural stem cell output ×2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You are a researcher.
More random facts.
You are a researcher. I can tell.
I've had to.
Well, absolutely. You have to be your own advocate. And
I know more about the human brain than I ever wanted to learn in my entire life. But I'm still here to help others.
That's what's great, because speaking of helping others, I mentioned in the beginning that I connected you with Ashley Van Hamert.
Yes.
My friend who is also on the podcast. And she recently, I know that you know this, but she recently had her first treatment. And I am so excited for her.
She texted me, she's like, I'm here in Chicago. Where am I going? So I got to get hold of the owner. I'm like, Joe, dude, get a hold of this. woman Ashley I referred you to. He's like, she's at the hotel. I'm like, Joe, please call her.
I saw her on Facebook, and it's
Yeah,
exciting for her. And
good.
she wouldn't have known about this had
No,
you not met. I mean, maybe she would have, but I'm so grateful that the word is getting out, your message is
yeah,
getting out, and it's paying it forward, right?
needs
You're
to. Yeah,
you're continuing to do these things not just for yourself. And
that's why
so
I'm still here. That's why God kept me here to motivate, help, inspire, and restore faith, and do a little entertaining on the side.
there's one more thing you're forgetting.
What's that?
This love in your life, this love that came along named Michelle.
Yes, I
Talk
didn't
to me
forget.
about
I didn't
this.
forget her. I didn't forget her yet. That was coming up the line.
Coming up. It's coming up. Yes. Tell us all about your fiance, Michelle. This is, I'm sure, brought so much light and hope and
Yes.
joy into your life after all of this tragedy. Tell us, how did you meet? Tell
Well,
us about Michelle.
we met at a bar down the street from my parents' house, and we had a couple of drinks, and that was it. That was 3 years ago, and we haven't set a date yet because we're waiting on some projects I got going on right now to calm down to see where we're going to be living and things like that. We fell in love. I mean, she loved me for the broken man that I am. But yeah, she's a heaven sent. I told her when I first saw her, I said, "So damn eyes, you got angel eyes." Her
Oh,
eyes are like cobalt blue. It's great.
really?
Yeah, so she's a sweetheart. I'm very, very, very lucky and very fortunate and grateful for her.
So happy that you guys found each other. I know that
Yeah,
that's
I do.
another beautiful part of your story, and
I mean, she's
that we'll
great.
continue watching unfold.
Yes, it's my journey's just getting started.
It is. And speaking of your journey again, recently you had a film crew doing a
Yes.
documentary of your life. Tell me all about that. And when, do
Well,
you know when it's
it,
going to come out? What are the details on that?
it's going to be in the Roku network,
Okay.
which I guess like YouTube or whatever TV.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the series is called Last Night Out, and the episode will be called Christopher Smith, and that's coming out. She said it's probably going to air between late summer, fall. They don't have a definite air date.
Okay.
So
We'll have to keep following you to find out and
definitely,
all of the details. I'm sure
yeah,
that
I'll keep you
you'll
posted on
post
that.
that out. You're really good about posting things out. So at
Yeah.
the end of this, I'm going to have you tell everyone how they can follow you. But
Okay.
tell us now also, I mean, there's just so many things that we could talk about with you, but you also are an author and
Yes.
released your book, My Fatal First Date, A True
Yes.
Story of Survival, Tragedy, Inspiration, Triumph, and Faith.
Yes.
Chronicles your experiences. And even though you are a survivor, I think you're a thriver. I know you know that as well. Anybody
Mm,
listening to this knows that
yeah.
now. What motivated you to write this book, and how's it been for you, like putting it on paper and getting it out, getting your story out in that way to others?
Well, I never intended on being an author. I'm a singer songwriter, but at the urgence of all my family, my friends were like, "You need to write a book. You need to write a book." I'm like, "Well, I'm unable to type, so on my good old trusty iPhone 14 and this great little right thumb of mine, I wrote a 12-chapter book."
Wow.
And I wrote it like I'm sitting down talking to you. I mean,
Mm,
just like I'm doing an interview, like I'm sitting at a bar with somebody over a beer, even though I'm not able to drink anymore because of the seizure thing.
yeah.
My newfound love was my Mick Zero,
Okay.
Mick Ultra Zero.
Okay.
So, anyways, I'm not getting paid for these commercials, people. But
No sponsorships.
but anyways, yeah. So I wrote it in hopes to help other people and just to tell everybody my story.
That's
I
great.
mean, this goes to show that we're all unstoppable.
Yes.
We can do anything we want. We can overcome anything we want, and we can achieve everything and exceed at anything in life that we want. We just got to put our minds to it. I've always been the type of person before I was shot. Always great at sports, school. If I would apply myself a lot more, but it's like I skated by with the least amount of work, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's like a show that I had. Just started playing music again last year.
Yes, that was my
My
next.
football coach from high school and college all came out, and during one of the breaks, I'd walk up to say hi to them. All like my one coach who's played for the Bengals, like, "Damn, Chris, if you only would have applied yourself like this to football back in the day." I'm like, "Did you guys like?" They all send it in unison. I said, "Did you guys like all seriously wait till I walk up and sit?" And I'm like, but you know what? It's true. I mean, this is getting shot in the head, as crazy as it sounds, may be one of the best things that has happened to me besides work with my daughter, because it has unleashed something in me.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, maybe open up Pandora's box, but in a good way. I
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
it's
Absolutely.
it's just released potential that's always been inside of me. Like, just never hold back, people, ever.
That was a question I had. I wanted you to share with other people who maybe not going through the same thing that you went through,
Mhm.
but going through a dark time and they really don't see a light at the end of this. They really don't know how they're going to get through something. They don't even know how to access hope, you know. I wanted
Mhm.
to know, what would you tell them? And I think that's really great what you just
Just
said.
know that there's people that love you, and that there's a heaven and there's a God, and that you're here for a purpose. We all have a purpose here in life. Even when things look, no matter how bleak life looks, there's always a silver lining and a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I mean, like yesterday, I mean, I get frustrated. I mean, there's things that I'm not able to do, like trying to pick up my new guitar
Mhm.
or tying a shoe, and just little things. And I just get, pissed off or whatever.
Sure.
And then I want to slap I don't slap myself, but I'm just like, get it together. It's like, shake yourself, get it together. You
Mm,
know, I mean, you just got to repeat. It's going to get better. You can do it. Just don't ever give up. You can't. I
yes.
mean, life is so precious. We only get one unless you're like me. You get a do over. Thank you, God. I don't know why you chose me, but I joke. I was like, Jesus and God argued about this. Jesus like, we got a stubborn one down there right now. And God's like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like, just smack him upside the head, get his attention. So that's God is, God smacked me upside the head to put
Mm.
me on the mission they want me to go on.
Well, you're definitely on a mission.
Yeah, I
You're
am.
definitely on a mission. I love that perspective, and I think it's really good to hear, you know, because sometimes we can forget, you know, we just get in our routine and we forget.
I'm
And
guilty of that too. Believe me, I always
yeah,
have been.
we all are. I think it's
Yeah,
great that, you know, our chances don't expire until we're no longer breathing and we're gone, right?
correct.
We can begin
Right.
again, even if we've started off on the wrong foot, you know, we don't like
Right.
something, we can begin again.
Yes, we can. I
So
mean, the only person that's going to get away of ourselves is ourselves.
true.
And don't ever get in the way of yourself. Never.
Yeah.
And don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Or if you do, use it as a motivation to prove them wrong that you can, like I did with Dr. Williams.
Absolutely. I think you're gonna continue to prove people wrong. He's just the
That's what I'm
first
here
one.
for.
He's
That's what I'm
just
here
the first
for.
one. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see all the things that you do, and I'm personally following you on all of your socials.
Good.
At the end, I'm gonna let you share. I have just a couple of questions, actually, just
Okay.
really before we get into all of that and how people can
All
follow
right.
you and
Okay.
keep up with you. But here at Thrivery, we're all about moving beyond just surviving to truly thriving, which I believe that you are doing. I think anyone that
Mm-hmm.
hears this knows that that's what you're doing. And after
Yeah.
everything that you've been through, again, a miraculous survival, advocacy, and all the things that you're doing, what does thriving mean to you? This is a question I ask everyone who comes on this show because it can be different for everyone. But if you think about thriving, what does that mean for you?
Thriving is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm living life to the fullest and exceeding all expectations and proving everybody wrong.
Amen.
Pedal to the metal, eastbound and trucking.
Yes. All of that.
Oh, I mean, life hands us lemon and limes. You got to dig down deep for that tequila and that sugar water, make your poor man's margaritas.
That's a great definition of thriving, and you
Yes.
are someone that we can look to as someone who is thriving and encourage us and inspire us, and this has really truly been an inspiring conversation. I really appreciate your time that you've taken to be here and
And
get
thank
this
you.
message out. We wanna continue to get your message out on all the
Yes,
platforms that you can. I know that you do
please.
that. I do as
Yes.
well.
That's why I'm still alive. That's why God kept me here.
Absolutely.
Even though he didn't want to, Jesus like, no, we're gonna use this one.
Yeah.
He's a pain in the ass. Trust me, he'll get stuff done for us.
You're getting stuff done. You are definitely,
Yeah.
definitely getting stuff done. So
Yes.
I know that people are going to hear this. They're going to see this. The audience is going to want to know, how do they follow you? Where's your book? I know you have a book. Can you show us a cover of your book so people can
Yeah.
visualize,
Surely.
see it with their own eyes? And yep, there it is. So
And the website I'm back is it's still up there. The links, it's Christopher J. Smith, Christopher Smith Motivating You.com, but I'm in the process of getting a new site made because the
okay,
old people, I had to fire them, but I still have the domain name. So if
okay,
you type it in, it's just staying there for right now.
okay.
But you can find me on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. It's all Christopher J. Smith because I'm always in trouble apparently.
Yeah.
But Chris Smith sounds like Christmas if you say it really fast, and
There you go. There you go.
it's a childhood thing,
I get it.
Somebody got a red kickball in their face for saying Christmas to me too many times when I was a little kid. Kids are cruel. I mean, they really are.
So yes,
but that starts with the parents. Like I was telling you, 10 Commandments: love your neighbor as you love thyself.
Yes.
10 simple rules that were handed down by God.
That's right.
I mean, they're common sense.
Agreed.
So, don't kill, don't steal, don't cheat. I mean, love your neighbor like you love yourself. Common sense. But I got to spread a lot of that around.
We all should. We all do. We all need to be doing that. Well, Chris, thank you so much. We are going to be following your journey. Everybody knows how to reach you, how to buy your book. Hey, how do
Amazon. Amazon.com. Yep.
What's the name of your band?
No Exit Wound.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, the record label. So I've been offered a distribution deal by Sony Music, and the A&R rep's like, dude, No Exit Wound. Hey, it fits. The Bulls didn't come. So the ongoing joke. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see me coming out of the coma saying I want my red cap whole milk. My mom and my sister videotaped me. It's like Chris Smith Comedy Hour. I wanted my truck keys. I was going to walk out, even though I was paralyzed. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah. And I red cap whole milk. And so the joke is I have such a hard head. That's why the bulb didn't come out of my eye. And I said, yeah, vitamin D, red cap whole milk does the body good, strong teeth and bones.
Another plug. I mean, it's pretty funny.
I mean, I should be a spokesman for a whole bunch of people now.
There's a few things that you could be a spokesman for, I think. Let's start with, I'm going to say it one more time.
All right.
Meniscymol. I'm going to practice because I need to know this, because I have two friends now who are benefiting greatly from this.
Yes. And like I said, it can help with Parkinson's, ALS, and it's got a 46% success rate of stopping multiple sclerosis dead in its tracks and reversing the effects of it.
That's incredible. Thank you for the advocacy you're doing. Thank you for taking this situation that could have really you could have done a lot of things differently. But
I could have rolled over and died.
That's exactly
that's not my DNA.
No.
I'm that pain in the ass kid in the back of that class.
I don't think
tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. Yeah.
Exactly. So we've just seen, you're just scratching the surface of what is coming. And so I
think my book is being written to movie script.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. I can't wait for the movie to come out. So many exciting.
Well, like I say, we've got to leave the option open at the end. So if it is bought by, I'm praying to God it is, because, okay, hear me out. You're going to laugh at me. So I want to get about 5 to 10 acres of land and have a pumpkin patch, banana tree farm, and petting zoo for kids, and call the 10 Commandments Pumpkin Patch Petting Zoo. It's great. I
love that. That's going to happen, Chris. That's going to happen.
I know it will. I know.
It's going to happen.
I know.
That's exciting. I love the fact that you still have that green thumb and you're still out there.
I'm like Clark Griswold. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I'm not able to get on a ladder this year. My house used to be. You could see my house going down Interstate 55 from a mile away. I love the holidays. My little girl loved the holidays.
I love Christmas is my favorite.
I love Christmas and Halloween, my two faves.
Okay.
Definitely never going on Thanksgiving Eve again.
Oh my goodness. I
still have my friends telling me, don't be going out tonight.
Right. Well, you get to do a redo. Like, you get to make it what you want.
I do.
Now.
I do. I got to do over in life. Yes, I do.
New memories. So it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
It's not that way.
No, God gave me do over.
Thank you for joining us on the THRIVERY Podcast. I hope this discussion inspired you in your pursuit of elevated living. If you enjoyed today's episode, follow us, click the share button and send to friends, and also tag us in your socials. For more information and to stay connected, visit our website at thrivery.life. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time.